How to build generational wealth. Hey everyone, welcome back to Finance Clarity. Let me ask you something serious. Do you ever wonder what your family's financial situation will look like in 50 or 100 years? Not just for you, but for your kids, your grandkids, and even beyond that? Most people don't think this far ahead. They're focused on paying bills, saving a little, maybe investing some money, but very few people actually sit down and ask, how can I build something that lasts for generations? Here's the hard truth. The majority of families in America are only one or two bad financial decisions away from losing everything their parents worked for. Wealth often gets created in one generation and disappears by the third. This is so common that there's even a saying for it. Shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations. But it doesn't have to be this way. Some families manage to build wealth that lasts for decades, sometimes even centuries. They don't just focus on making money. They focus on keeping it, growing it, and passing it on with the right mindset and systems. In this video, I'm going to break down how to build generational wealth in a realistic, step-by-step way. I'm not going to sell you some fantasy about getting rich quick. Instead, I'll show you what actually matters if you want to create lasting wealth that benefits your family for generations to come. If you're serious about building something bigger than yourself, stick around. This might be one of the most important videos you watch this year. Let's get into it. What does generational wealth actually mean? Generational wealth refers to assets and financial resources that are passed down from one generation to the next. This can include money, investments, real estate, businesses, and even knowledge and values about money. The goal of generational wealth is not just to become rich yourself, but to create a foundation that helps your children and grandchildren have better opportunities than you did. True generational wealth is about more than just having a big bank account. It's about building systems, habits, and mindsets that allow wealth to grow and be preserved over time. Many families make the mistake of only focusing on making money while ignoring the equally important parts: protecting it, growing it, and teaching the next generation how to manage it. Why most families lose their wealth. Research shows that a large percentage of wealthy families lose their wealth by the 3rd generation. There are several common reasons why this happens. Poor financial education passed down to the next generation, lifestyle inflation and overspending, lack of proper estate planning, family conflicts, and poor communication about money, failure to adapt to changing economic conditions, not having a clear mission or purpose for the family wealth. If you want to build generational wealth, you need to actively work against these common failure points. The mindset shift. Required for generational wealth. Building wealth that lasts requires a different mindset than just trying to get rich for yourself. Here are some key mindset shifts. 1. Long-term thinking over short-term gratification. People who build generational wealth think in decades, not just years. They're willing to make sacrifices today for benefits that may not fully appear until much later. 2. Wealth as a responsibility, not just a privilege. Many successful families view wealth as something they are responsible for stewarding well, rather than something they simply own and spend. 3. Focus on education and values, not just money. Passing down money without passing down the right values and knowledge often leads to the wealth being wasted. Education and strong family values are just as important as the financial assets themselves. 4. Building systems instead of relying on individuals. Wealth that depends on one person is fragile. Families that successfully pass on wealth create systems, structures, and family governance that can continue even when key people are no longer around. Key pillars of building generational wealth. To build wealth that lasts across generations, you generally need to focus on several key areas. 1. Increase your income and earning power. The foundation of generational wealth is usually a high and growing income. This can come from a successful career, entrepreneurship, or building valuable skills. Without consistent income and growth, it's very difficult to build significant wealth. 2. Save and invest aggressively. High earners who spend everything they make will not build generational wealth. You need to consistently save and invest a large portion of your income, preferably into assets that grow over time: stocks, real estate, businesses, etc. 3. Own appreciating assets. Focus on owning assets that increase in value over time, rather than liabilities that lose value. Real estate, stocks, and ownership in good businesses are common examples. 4. Minimize unnecessary taxes and fees. Smart tax planning and avoiding high investment fees can make a massive difference over multiple generations. 5. Protect your wealth. This includes having proper insurance, legal structures, and estate planning to protect your assets from lawsuits, creditors, and poor decisions by future generations. 6. Educate the next generation. One of the most important and most overlooked parts of generational wealth is teaching your children and grandchildren about money, responsibility, and values. Practical steps to build generational wealth. Here's a step-by-step approach. Step 1. Get your personal finances in order. Before you can build generational wealth, you need to have your own financial foundation solid. This means paying off high-interest debt, having an emergency fund, living below your means, saving and investing consistently. Step 2. Maximize your income. Look for ways to increase your earning power over time through career growth, skill development, or building businesses. Step 3. Invest in appreciating assets. Focus on long-term investing in stocks, real estate, and businesses, rather than trying to get rich quickly. Step 4. Build or buy income-producing assets. The more income-producing assets you own, the faster your wealth can grow. This includes rental properties, dividend stocks, and business ownership. Step 5. Create legal and financial structures. As your wealth grows, work with professionals to set up proper legal structures, trusts, LLCs, etc., and have a solid estate plan. Step 6. Teach financial literacy to your family. Start educating your children about money early. Teach them values around work, saving, investing, and responsibility. Step 7. Document your family's wealth mission. Successful multi-generational families often have a clear mission or set of values around their wealth. This helps guide decisions across generations. Common mistakes that destroy generational wealth. Many families lose their wealth because of these common mistakes: overspending and lifestyle inflation, poor communication about money within the family, lack of financial education for the next generation, not having proper legal and estate planning, making emotional or impulsive financial decisions, failing to adapt to changing times and markets. Avoiding these mistakes is just as important as building wealth in the first place. Realistic timeline and expectations. Building generational wealth usually takes time. Most families that successfully pass on wealth do so over multiple decades, not just a few years. It's important to be patient and consistent. Focus on making good decisions over a long period of time rather than trying to get rich quickly. The families that build lasting wealth are usually the ones who play the long game. Final thoughts. Building generational wealth is not just about making a lot of money. It's about creating systems, values, and structures that allow wealth to grow and benefit future generations. It requires discipline, long-term thinking, financial education, and intentional planning. It's not easy, and it's not guaranteed. But for those who are willing to do the work and think beyond their own lifetime, it is possible. Start where you are. Focus on building strong personal finances first. Then gradually expand into building assets and systems that can last beyond you. The decisions you make today can have a powerful impact on your children, grandchildren, and beyond. That's the real power of generational wealth. Thanks for watching. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe for more content on personal finance and building wealth. Drop a comment below and let me know what you're doing to build wealth for your family. I read every comment. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.